What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and this is a really cool episode on the Sunken City in San Pedro. Let's get into it. So in 1929, in this ritzy neighborhood of Point Fermin in San Pedro, there was a landslide that moved the ground as much as 11 inches per day, dumping these wood frame homes into the ocean. Along with the homes, they took a sidewalk and even a red rail car line. They had to demolish the remnants of the destroyed houses, and the ones that could be salvaged were moved to other parts of town. So let's back up a bit and figure out how this came to be in the first place. In the early 1920s, harbor area landowner George Peck began building some bungalows on 6 acres of land. He envisioned a highly desirable little development with fabulous views from the top of a seaside bluff, and they were already served by a red car railway stop. The wood frame bungalows were cute, and they had fabulous views, and the little community started to develop. However, by January of 1929, the earth started to slip, and it wasn't an earthquake. They noticed the homes were moving fractions of an inch at a time. By early May, some homeowners had already reported gas and water line breaks, and some began to move out, though not all were immediately impacted. City engineers came out to measure, and they noticed a lateral movement of 8 inches and a vertical drop of 3 inches. Tremendous in only 4 months. By August of 1929, the movement had been described as a full-on landslide, with the earth moving towards the ocean at the rate of more than 3 inches per day. A large crevice had formed, and remaining homeowners had moved their houses back beyond the slide area. The area was roped off from traffic. Engineers continued to monitor the situation, and retired DWP chief William Mulholland, told the LA Times that though the landslide was as inevitable as the freckles on a small boy's nose, the land probably would not fall into the sea. Subsequently, the land was abandoned, and an earthquake and flooding from storms in 1940, as well as another water main break in 1941, contributed to additional severe landslides, and the land was more unusable and mostly forgotten about. Not by teens and curiosity seekers who were drawn by its eerie appearance and spectacular bluff-top setting. It became known as Sunken City formally in the mid-'80s. The reason it collapsed was the presence of a clay called bentonite, which along with the lapping waves weakened the structural integrity. So again, it's kind of crazy to think that at the time homes could be moved, but that's exactly what the homeowners that could do that ended up doing. However, the fixtures, again, sidewalks, rail cars, street lights, anything permanent was left to remain, and that is what you see of these ruins of the Sunken City. So technically the ruins are off limits and you'd be trespassing if you tried to visit. So I will not recommend a trip, but I definitely can say that those of you that are adventurous and industrious will be able to figure it out. I mean, who knew there were actual ruins here in Los Angeles? Well, that's the Sunken City. All right, LA, it's been a minute.